There it is.
Live.
Hi, everybody. We're on Facebook Live there. Want to say good morning, everybody. Big Jim, Aaron V. Ryan's popping in behind me here. I'll turn your mic off. Just a weird morning, isn't it? Talking about the UFO story in Warren. We still really haven't got a definitive thing. What were the early calls? Guys thought it was a helicopter from Selfridge?
Yeah, helicopter from Selfridge. A lot of people thought it might be a drone. It's too big to be a drone. I'll just say it's too big to be a drone.
You can see the video. If you want to, you can look on WCSX.com. It's also text us, 248-398-WCSX. If you ever call the radio station, same number, you text us, keyword UFO. Have you guys ever really seen a UFO? Something you can't explain?
One time when I was living in Tucson, we were driving home from Reno, and there's a place called Goldfield, Nevada.
Yeah.
It used to be a big gold town, and now it's unincorporated, population of like 10. And as we drove through there, me and my buddy both saw something in the sky and stopped to look at it. And it was kind of like like the Northern Lights colors, like all different rainbow colors, and just like a little swoop of that. We didn't know what it was. It was over a lake. And Arizona's a big place for those kinds of sightings. So
But still.
we were hoping that's what it was.
Aaron?
No.
Never?
No, but when I moved out west, I made it a point when I did the drive to stop in Roswell.
Area 51.
And do the whole, go through the town and buy alien stickers. And
If anybody's watching right now, if you're on our Facebook Live feed right now, if you can help me with this one, there was this gas one, remember? There was a big one here in Michigan, and this goes back a ways, but there was this one about the gas something or other that it was they were trying to figure out what it was, and the government told people that it was just like a gas bubble or a gas ball or something like that. If you want to share that, you can check it out. I don't remember what it was. Of course, then we were also talking about the guy who we went from UFOs to door licking. Aaron brought up a great question on the radio. If you guys missed it, the story is national news. The guy was licking their doorbell for 3 hours. They had their ring, and they were notified there was somebody out front, and he's just licking the doorbell for 3 hours.
And then he moved an extension cord and peed in their front lawn.
Well, we've all done that. I mean, that part's not weird. We've all done that, Besta. Anyway.
But what I thought was weird is that their kids were home alone in the house, and the mom got an alert on her phone. So your kids are home alone in your house. You get an alert. You look at your phone to watch what's happening, and you don't
call the kids?
You don't call the kids or the cops?
Yeah, this, come on. I don't know, what are you going to say? Well, I know. I would, we get upset if the kids leave the fridge open. I would freak out. So we were trying to figure out we're playing the game show. What was this guy on?
I said some kind of hallucinogenic.
Because he is working that doorbell, baby. And that's not a euphemism. I apologize if I didn't want to offend anybody on Facebook here, because they'll come and get you. But that's just nuts, man. I mean, and lick is the key word again. It's on our website as well. And you asked a question. This is one of those things we always talk about it, because of technology now, we're aware of so many more things that we were never aware of before with smartphones and all the new Ring and all the different apps. This is probably something that has happened here in the Motor City. We just weren't aware of it.
All kinds of weird things happen all the time, and there just is never video footage. Right. And now it seems like because of the technology, like you mentioned, we're hearing more and more about all of these weird things happening because there's video to capture it now.
I would assume that some of Ryan's friends have probably licked doorbells.
I was just going to say, that's not how you go. You guys don't go over to your friends like that and hit their doorbell with your tongue?
Ding dong.
So that's how I used to dial my old phone.
Just lick your phone.
That looked bad.
Which it did. Yeah, we have video of that one. So which word's worse, lick or moist?
Moist.
Moist is still.
When he licked the moist
He licked
doorbell.
the moist. The doorbell was moist from his licking. Yeah, it doesn't even.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It doesn't even sound like B-level porn. I mean, it's just gross. Anyway, yeah, that's nuts. And then the last thing was to all our Canadian friends, hi.
Hello, Canada.
We're going over there next Thursday. All three of us are going to go. We're going to go see Cheap Trick on Thursday night. Next Friday's show should be funny. But we're going to go spend the day in Canada because I've never been. I've never been to Canada. I've been here 17 years now.
I'm shaking my head, and I'm judging Big Jim.
If you have suggestions for what I should do when we're over there, what we should do for the day, our road trip, just share them in the comments down there as well. But Some people were getting mad at me on text messaging, weren't they? They thought I was really like, I was joking about like Tim Hortons and stuff like that. And they
No,
were getting
people
fired
thought
up.
you were serious.
Right.
There was this one really aggro message, and it actually made me laugh. And I had to respond to the person and be like, okay, calm down. He said something like, you make Americans look stupid. This.
Dumb Jim.
It
Well,
was
I'm
like,
sorry. I was joking. I didn't mean to do it on purpose.
where is it? It was so funny. Oh, listening to your show, how can someone be so foolish as to ask what the weather is like in Canada when you can see winter right across the river? Questions like that are what makes Americans look foolish. Dude, taking things seriously and not understanding sarcasm,
Yeah.
it's a problem.
Sarcasm 101.
I know.
That's all right. I mean, at least fired up about it. So there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, it should be fun. But you mentioned like the 19 thing. I love that phone call we had a phone call from a listener, Laura in Clarkston, who was like, they were getting tailgated when they would go over the bridge to go party in Windsor. And they're getting tailgated by this guy. She took out the old Aquanet and a lighter
And blow
did the
torch
St.
them.
Elmo's fire scene with Rob Lowe. You get in the room, raise your hand if you've actually ever tried that with Aquanet and a lighter.
I don't even know what Aquanet is.
Get out of here.
Because he's
Go away.
12.
It's hairspray.
I have no. Oh,
Ask your mom.
hairspray.
It
I've
was
done
old
with
and
that.
it had a smell to it. Is that like the whole teasing your hair up thing?
That's how you made it big with Aquanet. But I used it to light a spider on fire one time in the bathroom and then charred the wall, and then I got in trouble.
Using Aquanet and a lighter.
Yeah.
Okay. There are things that come out about Erin's time in Mount Clemens. We say time in Mount Clemens because there was a lot of authorities involved in this. I'm amazed. Really? Well,
That's how you get rid of bed bugs, right? We've tried that before. We've read those
And then that
stories.
guy
here.
lit his house on
lit his house on fire with that. Yeah, man, absolutely. You know what we should do? I think I sent you that, or I've got it on my Facebook page. You guys, I tagged you. Awkward family photos. They had 80s blown out hair photos.
Right. Yep.
And they're
I
real.
have
We
to
should put that
find
up. We got
some.
to put that up.
I have to
We'll
find
put that up for
some
you guys.
of my big hair, though, back in the day.
Okay.
Because
All right.
it was a competition between me and my friend. And what you would do is you'd curl your well, we'd all have perms then, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you would curl your hair, and then you would rat it, and then you'd spray the hairspray, and then you'd blow dry it to kind of make it stiff, and then you'd wait a couple minutes, and you'd put more hairspray, and then you'd blow dry it again, so it was like this shiny. It was not nice.
Okay. Yeah, because there's some of them that I thought were photoshopped,
Nuh-uh.
and then you realize that's really how big the hair was. You forget. So
And then you walk around saying, "Big hair, I don't care."
that's what you said?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. So she's singing Big Hair, I Don't Care with a blowtorch, setting her house on fire in Mount Clemens, man. All right, we're going to get back on the air here in just a second. We just wanted to check and say hi to everybody on Facebook this morning. Thanks for listening and joining us here. If you have any Canadian advice down there, if you have any big hair pictures, share them. Share them. I think people have, see, my wife didn't have that. She had the feathered thing go. That was, her hair was short.
Well, that was
but it was
prior
really
to the
feathered.
big hair phase.
Okay.
It went from feathered hair
When was
to-
Benatar? The earlier 80s.
That's early 80s.
81,
and then
82.
we morphed into
Yeah.
late 80s, early 90s, big hair.
Which was
Big hair, I don't care.
I remember big hair, big glasses. I'll get some Lizzie photos to bring in.
Oh, you get mom photos?
Oh,
Yay!
yeah. Wait for our family photo from
Oh,
1992.
we always love it when Ryan does something that pisses off his mom. It's our favorite time of the day, man. Okay, we're going to check out here. Everybody have a great day.